Hi, this is Kathy here from John R. Wood and Christie's International. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Today's topic is deposits. On the previous video, we talked about finally making that offer. And now we have to understand the deposit process. So there's typically a first and second deposit in real estate offers, and those refer to the initial payments made by you as the buyer to demonstrate your commitment to purchasing the property. These deposits are often part of earnest money and play a crucial role in the offer and closing process. So number one is the first deposit, the initial earnest money. The timing of the first deposit is typically either submitted with the initial offer or shortly after the offer is accepted by the seller. Typically this is 2 to 3 days after the effective date, and the effective date is when both buyer and seller have agreed to the contract. So the amount of that first deposit really can vary. It can be a percentage of your offer of the purchase price. Commonly, the first deposit is a smaller deposit and the second one is much larger. But again, the purpose of that is that it demonstrates your ability as the buyer on your serious intent to proceed with the purchase. It's held in an escrow account until the closing, where it is then applied to your buyer's funds for the purchase. And in Collier County, the buyer picks the closing agent, and that could be either an attorney or a title company. And that's where you would send in your deposit via wire. The wire instructions will be provided by your attorney or your title company, never by your realtor. The second deposit is additional earnest money, and the timing of the second deposit is usually due within a specific time frame after the offer is accepted. The amount, like the first deposit, is often a percentage of the purchase price, and the total of both deposits may meet a certain agreed upon percentage. Again, the purpose of the second deposit further solidifies your intent to commit to this transaction. And again, it's held in escrow until the closing, and it's contributed to your buyer funds for the purchase. Now, when do you do the second deposit? Typically, what I like to do when there's an inspection involved, and I always recommend an inspection, say it's a 15-day inspection, which is the default, the contract here in Naples. And I would say on the 16th day, after we have looked at the inspection, made your buyer's election, and you're happy with what you've seen on that inspection report, then I would say to wire your second deposit to the attorney or title company that you chose. And if you don't have one, I have many recommendations for you. As we are at John R. Wood, we have so many vendors that we work with and are happy to recommend. So that total earnest money is the sum of the first and second deposit, and that varies depending on your contract between the buyer and seller, and that can be negotiated and whatever the local market practice is and the overall purchase price. So really the risk mitigation is that this earnest money serves as a form of protection for the seller. If the buyer fails to fulfill their contractual obligations, the seller may be entitled to retain some of the earnest money as compensation for the time the property was off the market. But again, I am not an attorney, I'm a realtor, and your title company and your attorney would help you through that process should that come up. But hopefully it will be a smooth transaction for you. So again, it's critical for both buyers and sellers to clearly outline the terms and conditions related to the earnest money deposits in the purchase agreement. It should specify the amount, the deadlines, conditions for forfeiture, and the wiring instructions again will be sent by your attorney or your title company. As your realtor, I will get a receipt for the first and second deposit, and I will provide that to you, the buyer, and it will also go to the seller's agent so that everyone is aware that the deposits have been received and that the earnest money has been paid both on the first and second deposit. I hope this has been helpful information for you. If you like what you see, please like my channel and subscribe. And there are many more videos to come. My next one will be on inspections. I hope you'll tune in. This is Kathy He. If you have any questions, I'm at 802-363-2411 or visit my webpage and preview all my listings at kathyhe.com. Thank you for listening.